share about is the 12 steps, 12 spiritual principles to recover from alcoholism or addiction. Alcoholism and addiction is caused by chemical imbalance, mental disabilities, and spiritual bankruptcy. In 1935, a man named Bill W., which is Bill Wilson, in Akron, Ohio, he couldn't get off of alcohol. He was living on the streets in Skid Row, or whatever you want to call it. He tried to quit drinking on his own for a long time, and he just couldn't do it. So what he started to do was go to find somebody else that was also drunk and that was also using. And he shared his life story with that person, and the person that he shared it with was Dr. Bob. And they came up with the 12 principles, what is known today as Narcotics Anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous, Sex Anonymous, Cocaine Anonymous, and any other kind of anonymous. And the 12 steps are as follows. Number 1, we admit that we're powerless over our addiction or alcohol and that our lives have become unmanageable. 2, we came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. 3, we made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him. 4, we made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. 5, we admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. 6, we were entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character. 7, we humbly asked God to remove all these shortcomings. 8, we made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. 9, we made direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. 9, we made, 10, we continued to take personal inventory, and when we were wrong, promptly admitted it. 11, we sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood Him, praying only for the knowledge of His will for us and the power to carry that out. 12, having had a spiritual awakening after the result of these steps, we try to carry this message to addicts and alcoholics and practice these principles in all of our affairs. The main 12 principles that the steps teach us is plastic. I think.
I guess I'm always a klutz.
Powerlessness, it contains honesty. We have to be honest with ourselves, knowing that we cannot stop using or drinking on our own. There are people that are normies. They can have a drink, they can have a drug, and they can quit. If you're like me, you can't stop drinking and you can't stop using on your own, then we're known as addicts and alcoholics. Number 2, the belief in restoration, that God can restore us to sanity. The insanity of using is doing different things over and over, saying that I won't drink when I get up, I won't use when I get up, I'll only drink or use after 5 p.m., or making promises to family or loved ones and promises that you can't keep. Believing in a higher power that can help us gives us hope, because we need hope if we're going to stop. Turning our will and our lives over to the care of God, we have to have faith. And if we're honest and we admit our powerlessness, and if we have hope because we come to believe in someone greater than ourselves, then we can have faith. Courage, we make a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. When I had to do what we call the 4th step, I had to admit my greed, my lust, my lying, my cheating, my stealing. It's only if I admit who I've hurt and if I go through a list of who has hurt me, am I going to be able to get rid of the dark secrets that keep me out there. 5, admitting my wrongs to God, to another, and to myself. I do this out loud, and I do it with one person I can trust. It could be a priest, it could be your teacher, it could be my best friend. I don't want to say dwarf, I just want to keep it a me thing. It can be anybody that you trust, or it could be what we call in the program a sponsor that's done the 12 steps. They've got experience, strength, and hope, and that are staying clean and sober. I've got 5.5 years, so I would be what they consider a sponsor in the program. And number 6, becoming ready to have God remove all these defects of character. Willingness. After doing our 4th step, we understand what makes us use. It could, emotional abuse, drugs, child abuse, In Ladies' Home Journal of August of 2000, there's a 13-year-old girl that told her mom, "Help me, Mom, I'm addicted." Her parents got a divorce, and she started inhaling paint, and it moved to marijuana and speed. And when she tried to quit on her own, she decided to try and commit suicide by hanging a cord around her neck. And finally, she went to her mom when that failed, and they took her to a program called Kids Helping Kids Get Off of Drugs. And also, Jude Pointer, she contacted Newsweek magazine in August of 2000, or May of 2000, one of the two, and she told them that her soul was broke because she had a 30-year addiction, and she couldn't get off the drugs, and it led to crack cocaine. She lost her $90 home. The other Pointer sisters dropped her, told her that she couldn't come back, and they even went to a lawyer stating that she couldn't come back to the group until she got clean and sober. And the request for removal, when we ask God to remove our shortcomings and defects, this causes humility. When we make a list, it causes brotherly love, because I finally want to make a list of if I harmed you or if I hurt somebody else in this room, I want to say I'm sorry and I want to make an amends. Or it could be financial restitution to debts or the IRS. Making a direct amends, it causes justice, normal justice and like a spiritual justice, because it's like you heard that what comes around goes around kind of thing. Every day we continue a continuous inventory of ourselves on what I've done wrong so I can sleep at night. 10, prayer meditation. It's a spiritual awareness that there is a God and I in it. Number 12, I carry the message the way I'm doing here today, even though it's a speech class. In conclusion, there's 50 to 60% recovery rate of people that recover if they do these steps in Alcoholics for Narcotics Anonymous. And also I have here a copy of the 12 steps if anybody wants to take them home or get them out.